Okay, so sorry about that. We are having trouble when these phones get too hot in the afternoon. Sometimes they're just shutting down. We're having to do these in 2 parts. So we are going to pick up where we left on that first video. We did one craft already and we started the second one. Now the second one is requiring us to make some shaving cream mess. So I put the shaving cream down. Now I got a chance to wash off my hands though, which was great. I was gonna have to do that anyways. So now I've got the red and the blue food coloring, just like we used before. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take some of this blue and I'm just gonna put some dots around here. All right. Okay, and then I'm gonna take some red. I'm gonna take some dots of the red around here. Okay, now that's gonna start to soak in cream, and I'm going to grab one of our trusty forks. I've already got this one messed from earlier trying this, so we're gonna just kind of spread this around, kind of make different shapes. You can use your colors. All right, we're gonna move these colors around. You can even make some really fun, weird things with your food coloring onto the shaving cream. Remember, if you are a kid, please ask your parents before you use all their shaving cream. Okay. And if you're an adult, you can do what you want with your own shaving cream. All right, so we've now got our canvas of sorts ready, and we're gonna go pick up some paper. I'm gonna take just a regular sheet of white paper, and I'm gonna kind of press it down with my hand onto our fun shaving cream mess. Okay. All right, and then when I think I got it all, I'm gonna pull it up and see what happens. How do these fireworks? Ooh, look at that. That is a fireworks show. Wow. Now what's fun with this is every time you put a piece of paper down, it's gonna look different, even from the same mess. So let's try it again. In fact, I did this earlier to test it out, and I'll show you what happens to the colors if it doesn't happen this time. Ooh, I think it will though. See, the colors are starting to get lighter. Over here when I did just a quick test. The bright one was at the beginning, but by the third time, you got a much lighter blue. So same things, how the color changes. So really fun, easy craft. You can do as many times as you want. All I did was use the top of a shoebox, cut it open, started getting messy. And anybody can do that. It's really fun. All right, so if you're counting, that was our craft number 2. There is a previous video before the phone went hot. All right, so we're on to craft number 3 for fireworks. So these are very fun, safe firework crafts. You're not gonna have to be around anything that could get you hurt. You can do this all in your own home or outside under the tent like we're doing, or if you're in your house and you live in an apartment with neighbors, you can do it in the kitchen, anywhere, okay? Just remember, you could get messy. All right, so let's go to the next one. So I'm gonna use that same, well, you know what, I'm not. I'm gonna put it on some paper. So let me show you. So now, I wanna get some red and blue paint, and I can put them kind of anywhere, but I'm gonna just, for the sake of it, in this case, I'm going to put them on here. Okay, now, the reason I said you could put them anywhere is you could start to put your fork down and bring it over. I'll show you that as well, but for this one, I'm gonna start here. So I'm going to have to reverse you for a minute. Let you sit here, or I can't do it very well. In fact, the first time I did this morning, when I tested it out before this, I got it all over myself. I'm working on some canvases, so I have a lot, these big paint things, but you can use any blue or red paint you got. So even little ones are just as good. Now I'm gonna take one of those plastic spoons again. I'm gonna switch up. All right, and this is where adults and kids, you can make the coolest fireworks ever. You take your fork and you just drag it out. And drag it into the next color. Whoa, those are some cool fireworks. And I say adults and kids because this one you do not have to get too messy on. And actually when it dries, it would make a really cool card to send to a friend this summer. All right, that's pretty awesome. Look at that. All right. And all you needed for that was paint, a piece of paper, and a fork. And you could use a regular fork. If you don't have plastic ones, just make sure to wash it really good after. Now, if you wanted to, like I said, you could put paint on something else first and then get your fork in it and then drag it. If you want to just have like a kind of a different shape. Okay, and you can do all kinds of things. So you can get creative, right? You could even keep it where you only do one color, or you could do lots of colors. You don't have to do red and blue. You could add other colors of paint in. We're doing red and blue because we're celebrating our country and its birthday. Birthdays are important. God likes us to celebrate birthdays because they remind us that life matters. It's really important to remember that God gave us life, and every year that we get to celebrate it is an honoring of what God's given us in glory. So our country is celebrating its birthday, or maybe you're celebrating a birthday, or somebody you love is. It's a good time to say, we give you thanks for all that God has given through you. So if it's your birthday and your July birthday, we celebrate you too. And so these fireworks can be for you. All right, now we're going to switch again, and we're going to look at one last craft. We have done a craft before this summer where we've used these things that I bet most of you have in your house. These are toilet paper rolls. So when you get down to the end of the toilet paper, there's all kinds of things you can do with this. Now, this one you might need a little help on if you're younger, and if you're an adult, you can totally do this too. It's really fun. So you're gonna take one of these, cut it like this. You see how I'm just cutting strips into it? Not the whole way through, okay? Enough that you can kind of, in a sense, you're gonna make it almost like an octopus. See how it's coming up on the sides. Okay, you could go higher even too, like I did, as long as you don't cut the whole way through, okay? You really don't have to cut too much. It's gonna give you the shape you need. Okay. And I cut one of these ahead of time, but now it's stuck to the paper as you saw a minute ago, so I had to make a new one for you. So, see how we got that? It's kind of a funky shape going on. And every time you do, it's going to be different if you do this. So don't worry if they're not all the same. And kids' scissors should cut through here just as easy as adult scissors. All right, so we're going to be, in a sense, pressing this down. It's a type of stamp that you've made. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our paint again. And this time we are going to have to put our paint on something else, because we are going to be stamping it from one area to another. So you can go ahead and put the paint in here if you wanted, the other half of your shoebox, or you can put it on something else. I'm just going to use paper because that's what I got right now here in front of me. And I'm guessing most of you have paper too. And I want to use things that you have in your own home. All right. Now, you could make a couple of these so that you don't have to mix colors. I'm going to just show you one mix. Now sorry, you took a tumble there. So now you're going to just take this, okay, and we are going to put it into the paint. I made it so the blue and red mix together. Okay, really get them on there. Don't worry about it. It's probably going to be a little purplish. Try to make sure, though, you do get it around the whole thing. Okay. All right, so we see we got that now. And this one is messy. Be prepared. Okay, that itself is kind of cool looking. I'm going to take a clean sheet of paper and drop it down. Okay. Ooh, cool. And again, none of these are going to look the same. You can press down if you want to really get each one. But if you're an adult, that's probably how you want to do it. But if you're working with kids, just let them make a mess. So cool. Again, these are very safe fireworks, and they look as beautiful as any of the other ones you're going to see anywhere else. Because they're made by people you love, or by yourself, who you should love as well. All right, I'm going to try to press that down a little more so we see what it looks like. And lift up, and even that, where the paint, I didn't put the paint back down again, still kind of cool. But maybe we want to go into the paint, use it like a stamp, get lots of paint on it, and go down, and come up. Cool. All right. So, to recap, we have done 4 crafts. And I am going to show you the first one again. So all you have to do, I'm gonna dump it out, it's just oil and water and a little food coloring. All right, so we're gonna get some water in here. I'm gonna go to the faucet since I'm outside. We have a clear bucket or a clear holder. You could even use a cup as long as it's clear and you can see through it. I want to show you it after we did it the first time because you'll see that there is some oil left in here. It's no big deal though. All we do, get some water and we're gonna put some oil in. And I think I'm getting low, so I'm just gonna eyeball it here. Yeah, okay. All right, enough that we really see it in there. Now we're gonna add our food coloring and make some fireworks. So, we got red and blue. Well, let's see what we get. Ooh, those are cool already. These are awesome fireworks you're making. And again, you can go in, see what happens. Those are awesome. And if you have a cup that's clear, you can see how it changes. And what happens when you bring the colors over. So it's a fun little chemistry art combination experiment. Look at that. Those are some awesome fireworks. And again, you're going to get purple if you're just using the pink and the blue to the point where at the end it kind of almost is purple. All right, so that was 4 crafts. That was 4 crafts for July 4th. That first one we just did again to show you it's liquid fireworks. All you need is water, oil, and food coloring. You can use any color you want, but since it's July 4th, we use red and blue, which makes purple. Then we made this really fun craft with shaving cream that came out with these awesome art pieces. Again, just using the same stuff, that food coloring of red and blue and shaving cream. Then our next craft was the one with the fork and paint, and our final craft was the one with toilet paper rolls and paint. So a lot of stuff you have at home, very safe fireworks. You can enjoy them. You don't have to go out into the town to see them. You can do these from your own house, and I bet they're gonna come out amazing. So that's for kids and adults. It's some fun crafts to celebrate the birthday of our country. And so I just invite you to think about what it means to be an American, and if you are watching this and aren't an American, you can celebrate your country and use the colors that represent that too. But since we are in the US, I am right now recording this, and this church is, which is basing these crafts on. We want to celebrate and thank God for all of our country, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, and all that God has created here, and especially its people, and especially First United Methodist Church, kids and adults. This is Pastor Shannon signing out and saying Happy 4th of July.